Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the announcement of Alliance Quest Season 5 in Marvel Contest of Champions, Kingpin's Conclave, and I must say it is looking pretty damn good. There seems to be some really awesome buffs to the rewards, so we're getting brand new Season 5 crystals, going to have significantly more Tier 2 Alpha in the Map 6 ones, but kind of trickling down their increased drop rates for like Tier 4 Basic, T4 CC, and also in the Map 6 ones you can now have a small chance to pull a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha. And just generally across the board, apparently you're going to have more points, there are more peak milestones added, there are glory store reduction costs, the rank rewards have been buffed a bit. So yeah, overall it's looking like some pretty dank changes for not really a huge amount that seems to be changing in terms of the difficulty and effort. I think there are going to be a few adjustments, they're going to be a little bit of a step up, but also the final boss being Kingpin now, it's going to be a fairly similar tactic to Dormammu. Dormammu was bait the special one, when the video came, Kingpin has exactly the same tactic, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any new node that kind of changes that tactic. However, Kingpin, I don't know, he can be regarded as a little bit more of a pain in the ass, and it's a little bit more difficult to get those stuns on in some of the earlier maps. So yeah, he might be a little bit of an issue, but a few rounds of AQ, he shouldn't be too bad to deal with. However, one of the biggest features as well of Season 5, and I absolutely love this one, is that you can now run different maps for different battle groups. So say you got an alliance of 30 people, 10 people are like, I want to play this game 24 hours a day, and they want to run map 6, well hey, they can do that, and the other 20 people can be sitting on their sun lounges, sipping cocktails, doing a bit of map 5. So yeah, I really like that feature. That's super cool. So that's kind of one of the biggest things as well coming with this season, is that you can now run different maps for different battle groups. So that's some pretty damn cool stuff there, and you can put your Slackin' battle group on like map 1 just to make sure they can get some points there. And yeah, Alliance leadership can now select the number of battle groups they wish to play at the start of each Alliance quest day. Each map now has a cost per battle group instead of total cost of 3 battle groups to incentivize different map choices for different battle groups. So I think this is one of the things as well that might be a bit of an improvement for people that run smaller alliances. I think previously if you wanted to run map 5 you needed to play like pay the unlock cost for all 3 battle groups. So now if you just want to run one group of map 5, which obviously is going to be more inefficient than running 3 groups for the overall rewards, you do have the choice to do that. We also have randomized enemies in certain sections to keep things fresh from week to week. However, these are going to be visible enemies, and from the screenshot, it doesn't really look like anything that's going to be too bad to deal with at all. And I don't think that's for map 6. That's only for kind of map 5 and below. So yeah, these fights don't really seem too bad, and they can't really be worse than Sentinels for the majority of it. And it doesn't look like they've got a lot of the kind of BS champions on these nodes. Fingers crossed. So yeah, the new boss again is Kingpin. A new difficulty scaling system raises the ceiling on difficulty for the most powerful alliances in the contest, but will also yield more points to coincide with the addition of new peak milestones. So I think something like, this is again right up the top for the big blubbery whale alliances. They were hitting like the difficulty ceiling on day 1. So yeah, if you're like a top 10 alliance now, it's going to be a little bit harder in map 6 throughout the week to encourage and incentivize a little bit more competition, a little bit more whale milking, I would imagine there. But again, that's nothing I assume the majority of us need to worry about. Again, new Season 5 map crystals. So the crystals are getting some juicy buffs, boys. I am proper excited for the Season 5 map crystal buffs. They're looking really good. And also there's going to be more Tier 2 Alpha availability and ranked rewards. So a Tier 2 Alpha availability, just in terms of getting it from ranked rewards, has gone from top 500 to top 1,200. Granted, between 500 and 1,200, it does trickle down a little bit, but it's some more Tier 2 Alpha, plus all of the crystals are going to be awarding, more stuff as well. So yeah, in terms of the rewards, man, there are some pretty good stuff up the top. And then we have the goals of Season 5. We want to make Alliance Quest a more engaging experience for alliances containing players of with differing skill progression and engagement. We want to add some more variety to weekly Alliance quests to help prevent that feeling of monotony and boredom. We want to refresh the challenges across most Alliance quest maps. We want to increase Tier 2 Alpha availability in Alliance quest and have Alliance War Seasons as the go-to place for Tier 5 Basic, and we want to promote more involvement throughout the Alliance Quest series. So yeah, some good little goals there. I'm a little bit gutted to see absolutely no T5 Basic and AQ. Kind of that's really my only criticism, man, but it seems like, yeah, they have it fairly penned in mind that Alliance War Seasons are going to be the go-to place for Tier 5 Basics. And yeah, just going through some of the stuff again, just to recap this in a little bit more detail. So yeah, map choice per battle group. Every single battle group can choose what map they want to do, so that is a pretty damn cool feature here. Here are some screenshots of the updated maps from you know, 1 through to 5. Again, not really much generally changing in terms of the layout. It's all fairly similar to what it was before. Again, it's kind of got exactly the same map layout on map 5. So yeah, but there are going to be, you know, randomized champion nodes that are going to be visible. And also, does it say about... oh, okay, this is just the interface for the battle group choice there. So it's looking pretty damn snazzy there. And our man Kingpin with those sausage fingers mixed in between the Alliance Quest rewards there, and also in regards to map costs. So they're doing some interesting stuff here. So if you are running, I think, map 4, it's evenly split, 33% between each battle group. However, map 5 and map 6 follow a slightly different pattern, where if you're only doing one map 5 or map 6 group, so if you've got one group that's pushing, it's only going to be 25% of the reward for the first BG, but then 50% is going to be in the second one, and then the final one is going to be 25%. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting allocation there, but I assume it's to, you know, encourage kind of alliances with maybe like 10 hardcore players to run, you know, one map 6 group or one map 5 group if they want to push a little bit higher. And I think this is a kind of a good feature for accommodating players of kind of varying skill, because you know within your alliance there are the people that can absolutely slay and the kind of people that lag behind a bit. So I think this is just a really nice management tool, especially for, you know, some people that might want to go on holiday, vacation, especially during the summer holidays. Allows you to maybe have like one slacking battle group as well. So yeah, I really like this feature, man. I think it is super cool. There is also going to be more variety. We've heard your concerns that Alliance Quest can quickly become routine and repetitive. So this is the random nodes essentially here is what they're going to look like. But again, I think it remains to be seen. It looks like here as well, even though they have a magic, she's not awakened, so I'm not too sure if they've gone to kind of an additional... Oh yeah, it looks like now you should know there are some potentially tricky opponents in this list, including some like Dormammu and Iceman, though their signature levels will be pretty low or non-existent, so that's something kind of good to keep in mind, that they have looked to minimize the fun and interactive content that you have to deal with, and we can see here that the magic is not awakened. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be a huge issue. It might be a little bit of a pain in the ass for alliances that are progressing and some of their players aren't kind of well versed in fighting maybe at a certain champion, but I don't know, you know, it's definitely a little bit of a step up in terms of difficulty, and I don't think we can really argue that. It's going to be a little bit more annoying, but the rewards, ladies and gentlemen, they may just be worth the hassle that we are going to have to deal with here. We've also got, what is it, new encounters as well. Again, these are exactly the same maps that we were looking, and there are going to be a couple of node refreshes as well. So map 5 section 2, the immunity path has now been changed to a masochism path. So that was fully immune to debuffs, is now masochism, which to be honest, I think is about the same, because full immunity is like a really difficult node to play around. It's just a super annoying for a lot of people. And masochism is a little bit of a pain in the ass as well, but at least you can get some debuffs through. But you know, there is going to be that small element of healing. But yeah, I don't know, it kind of depends on the player's skill level, but it's going to allow you to practice a little bit of masochism for a bit of Act 5 as well. So yeah, I'm not really too sure how practically that one's going to turn out, but that may be a little bit more of a pain in the ass for some people. But again, you pretty much had your best player on the immunity path anyway, and hopefully your best player for map 5 can deal with masochism as well. We also have the power gain path is now a power reserve and burden of might path. So praise be to Luke Cage and his infinite stun with power reserve. So yeah, burden of might, I believe that's the one that siphons power. If you have any buffs expire on you. So yeah, I think Luke Cage, Stark and Spider-Man, you can just infinitely spam special 1, stun, easy game, easy life. So doesn't seem too bad at all. And we also have Kingpin. So Kingpin is going to have 2 unique buffs on him, as well as, I believe, some of all the previous stuff that Dormammu had as well. So buff 1 is Force of Will. The defender's ability accuracy cannot be affected by the attacker. So yeah, say goodbye to your ability accuracy reduction on Blade there, but again, you know, it's a bit more of a pain in the ass, but you just got to bait out heavy attack, special 1. I don't think Kingpin is going to cause too much trouble for those already pretty savvy in fighting. And then buff 2, we have map 6 only, Unbridled Rage. Damage over time debuffs are always converted into rage debuffs, and while overpower is active, they are consumed immediately and reset overpower's duration. Whenever any damage over time debuff is removed, Kingpin gains 10% power immediately. So yeah, it looks like Blade is going to be a little bit maybe rubbish for map 6 Kingpin. However, I think Stark and Spider-Man, like, it's still going to rinse him, man. I think about, like, buff 1 and buff 2 shouldn't affect Stark at all. So Stark, Star-Lord, I feel like are going to be fantastic options for taking down this blubbery boy, and maybe Domino as well. Maybe Domino might be pretty good for all of the Kingpins, maybe outside of map 6, but we are going to have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, essentially map 6 Kingpin, no debuffs at all, new difficulty limit for some of the higher alliances that we talked about earlier, bit more prestige scaling, and point changes should be slightly higher, so you should be getting slightly more points than you were before apparently. And again, to custom for this as well, they have added in new peak milestones going up to 250 million. We got more map 6 crystals as well and a map 5 crystal. So yeah, some nice additional stuff going in there. And what else do we have? The new map crystals as well. We got the map 6 crystals first. So the map 6 crystals for this season are seeing a 200% increase in Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst yield, and also will have a very low chance to award a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha, and also a 200% increase in Tier 4 Basic Catalyst yield. Map 5 crystals, which I know are common for quite a lot of people, you're seeing a 40% increase in terms of the amount of T4 CC that you'll get, along with a 60% increase to the amount of Tier 4 Basic as well. The Map 4 crystals are seeing a 40% increase in T4 CC, 30% increase in T4 Basic, an 80% increase in Tier 1 Alpha. Map 3 crystals are getting a 50% increase in T4 CC, 40% in T4 Basic, and 10% in T1 Alpha. Map 2 just seeing a lot more T4 Basic as well. So yeah, for everybody, the map crystal updates are just a huge win, man. This is so much more Tier 4 Basic and T4 CC gain for the majority of the community. So yeah, it's looking pretty damn dank in terms of those new season rewards. And then finally as well, the Glory Store, the price of stuff is going down by a little bit for certain items. So it's Tier 2 Alpha, Tier 1 Alpha, and Tier 4 Basic. Basically, the more you buy, the cheaper they're getting. Tier 4 Basic is getting slashed quite a bit, as you can see. There are some very, very nice savings going up by 3%, 9%, 16%, 22%, 28%, 32%, and also cheaper Tier 2 Alpha as well. So, you know, I'm appreciating these Glory Store cost slashes, because they, you know, it all adds up at the end of the day, really. Also, you know, the fact that you should hopefully be getting a little bit more glory as well. And we are also getting brand new rank reward adjustments. So again, the Tier 2 Alpha is being extended from 500 to 1,200, but yeah, 501 to 800 is only 1,000 Tier 2 Alpha fragments, and 801 to 1,200 is 500. But I guess, you know, it's Tier 2 Alpha fragments that you didn't have before. So yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, this Alliance quest is going to start September 9th. So yeah, overall, I think it's looking pretty good. There are a lot of big increases to the rewards across the board from the crystals. It only seems like it's going to be a bit of a step up in terms of difficulty. But yeah, I'm very interested to kind of get your thoughts, perspective, and feedback. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comment section below. But overall, I'm really looking forward to it, man. It seems like it's going to be a really, really nice season. So yeah, fingers crossed that this update is pretty damn dank, and it's very, very nice to finally get a brand new season of Alliance Quest and have those crystals and some of the rewards refreshed even further. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.